Oh, and I'm live. First time on YouTube. All right. So I know I'm not gonna get nobody watching or subscribers currently, so that's cool. Um, I'm doing this vlog or whatever you want to call it, video, the live stream, so I can. I'm gonna do like tutorials and whatnot. I'm gonna explain the concept of the sober living, at least what I got in my head, and that way, hopefully, what I say articulates to some point of understanding for those. I'm not the words that I use often aren't the words that what I'm saying people generally use. I'm I'm an acquired taste that way. So first, let me get right into it. Divine Management. Divine Management is a company owned by my cousin and his wife. Um, Dude has a business, building trades background. That's what we went to school for. He's done construction for 20 plus years, his entire life. He did some real estate investment training and whatnot with Dean Graziosi and some other cats, if you guys are familiar. Um, so he's got the software, he's got you know the skills and whatnot, and more or less he's since they since Divine Management main source of income currently is they do structural design. Um, I forget what they call it, CAD programming, which uh, where they design buildings for a pretty large company here in Ohio. Um, so with his background and their experience and whatnot, as far as construction, building, structural design, and all that, they decided to pursue this avenue. And in order to do that, you need to um, market, network. It's pretty much the concept of that. The key being the Ohio Sober Living Network. I'll get to how that all comes together. Um, with that being said, I mean, dude being an Air Force background, you know what I mean? Me and him both, we grew up in the church. Her grandfather was a preacher, reverend. So he decided to start going down this road where he his purpose is to help those that are financially destitute and to come up with a creative solution for them get right. Um, at the same time, he also has a mission to spread the word. If that's your, cup of tea. I'm trying to stay away from the whole. I get the politics, religion aspect of business, so I'm trying not to incorporate that. But that's what he's doing. I mean, do listen to Joel Osteen. You know what I'm saying? My bad, cousin. You know I love you. So when he comes to me with this idea, he shows me what he's been doing and whatnot. He shows me the numbers and everything. And me just being a dude that a little bit about me is, yeah, I'm a drug addict. I've been to prison several times. I've always thought I was smarter than everybody else, that I didn't need to, you know what I mean? Like I was the guy that could figure out how to do it and get away with it. You know what I mean? I've always been a book smart dude. You know what I'm saying? Like my only issue is that for some reason I've gone through life feeling like I had something that I had to prove to people, which is what led me to getting into trouble the first time. Um, and then from there, you know what I mean? My attitude, I developed the mentality that my life's already pretty much screwed. So it is what it is. Do you? You know what I mean? Whatever it is I wanted to do. Then throughout life and some of the situations that I've came across, because I've been there, bro. I've been there for real. Um, whether it has to do with kids, drugs, money, uh, all of it, dude. And I ended up putting myself in situations that I shouldn't have probably put myself in, but I'm not also a regrettable type because I'm look at those as life lessons. You know what I mean? Like I'm glad I went to prison the first time. I learned a lot. I mean, I lived in a therapeutic community and where I've learned a lot of tools. I mean, I've always been a book smart dude. Like I'm a really smart dude. I don't know why I keep saying that. But when I see the numbers and whatnot, and he approaches me with it and everything, I'm on board with it. You know what I'm saying? Just so the numbers make sense. That I mean, you know what I mean? I did go to college at Akron U for business for a little while. No, I didn't graduate because again, I thought I was smarter than everybody else. Um, I had my own small business. I mean, I understand the basic principles of business. I also understand to sell a product or service, you need to basically advertise, promote. Marketing and sales is probably the most crucial part of the whole scenario. Um, in order to do that, you need to create a network to acquire success in anything you do. Period. I don't care who you are. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Um, so with me having this background of trying to be the man, or which ended up turning into a substance abuse issue. You know what I mean? And then it was a matter of making sure that I could maintain the appearance that I was the man. So, uh, more money, more problems, right? More money, more addictive problems as well. And I've done all the basic things to rationalize it and whatnot. I mean, at one point in time, I actually thought that I was going to burn in hell, probably for life, because of all the people that I have affected and the manner in which I did things. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too far into all that stuff. That's a lead, and I'm not here to do that. I'm just trying to explain why we created the project, the Ohio Struggle Living Network. So you got the Divine Management. That's what they do. They reached out to me because they need to create their team, and I'm on board with that. I totally see everything. I mean, it's brilliant. It's um, but at the same time, he wants to help people. I would love to help people because I mean, I've always kind of been the Captain Save the Ho kind of guy. You know what I mean? uh, and the purpose provides me drive, and the drive with ambition and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like there's no you can take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So with the whole aspect of the marketing your product and your service and what have you, you need to create a network to generate any kind of a deal. Period. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what everybody does. That's an entrepreneur or small business owner. The word of mouth advertisement is what pretty much does their thing. Now, with my addiction with drugs and whatnot, it got to the point to where my wife comes at me with, "Yeah, dude, it's a wrap. You decide what you want to do. This is where it's at," and gave me the ultimatum. Which I mean, grand ultimatums aren't any good for anybody. That I had to go into a rehab now, and this is after years and years and years of playing the game. You know what I mean? So when I do that, I have two options where I'm from, right? The way my mentality works, the way word of mouth advertising over the course of my 40 years on this planet, you know what I mean? Whether it be due to my ignorance or lack of awareness, what have you, you know what I mean? I, in Akron, Ohio, either I go to IBH, which is usually they're so backed up, there's like a 2 to 3 month waiting period. You know what I mean? Roughly on average. I might be wrong on that. I don't have the facts in front of me or nothing like that. And either that or I catch a case, go to jail, get ordered by the court to go to the Oriental House, do the ADM, jump through all the hoops, hope like hell I don't screw up and wind up in prison, and ultimately cost me everything that I have built up to. You get what I'm saying. So with the research that I've been doing, um, that being my background and the lack of information, you know what I'm saying? Like unless you're fortunate enough to like know Tug here in Summit County, you know what I'm saying, or Garner, the Kingdom Knights, like a Bible Church and all that. If you are fortunate enough to know them, they will help you. I mean, without a doubt, I get that, and I respect them for that. I love them for that. They're actually helping me on this front, all of them. You know what I mean? As far as the support aspect of it goes. Actually, I got Tug's helping me do articles of organization. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Yeah, and I love that. I love the fact that, you know what I mean? Because to me, that means I think that they see what it is I'm trying to do, even though I might not explain it the best way I can. Um, I need another cigarette. Trying to speed this up. So more or less the concept of the whole house I we're living, like Tug says, he wants to fill in the gaps. My lack of awareness of his efforts, as well as all the other fronts that are out there. I didn't even realize there were so many. You know what I mean? That attempt to try to do what it is they're doing, positive for the neighborhoods, the community, the city, everybody. You know what I mean? Here to help people. They don't get marketed. You know what I mean? They don't get promoted. They don't get. I don't feel that they get the support that they should get because everybody's in it for a dollar. You know what I mean? And that to me is wrong. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? And then you have social media world. Thank God for social media world. I mean, I've done my homework on it. I know the facts. It is what it is, which is why I'm doing this inside social media ultimately. So the whole house or living thing is I want to create a network. If you're in the state of Ohio, the goal is you enter the group, and the group is going to have inside of social media because with the fact that they have the business manager for businesses, they got the business pages, they got the groups and whatnot. They all link, they all do something, they all serve a purpose, right? And I've done my homework on it, and social media marketing is where it's at, guys. I mean, that's the concept, that's the key, that's what it is. And not everybody's hip to it. And technically, nobody's doing it because everybody's always about me and a dollar. You know what I'm saying? And that's ultimately the problem. The problem is I can present to you the idea, but you don't want to put your business involved because your business doesn't want to really do that kind of business with me. Whether it is you are afraid, I'm going to try to dominate, you know what I'm saying, or or I'm going to be bad for your business. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm I'm attempting to give this away. You know what I'm saying? Because when they see the greater the goal, the at the end of the day, the way it's going to be designed, when you go to it, you're gonna be like, oh, this is on point. I want to be involved. Now, what I do is I go in and I do the page permissions and the branding content. And this is what goes on social media. The whole concept is to take all fronts, every front. I don't care what it is you're doing. If you're out here in the community and you're trying to do some positive, then you want to be a part of this. Trust that you do, because then your information and your resources will go to these individuals. Now, I'm not going to market it as the concept is a sober living. I don't. You could be a 20-year recovering addict. You could be a dude that's living it still to this day. Well, I mean, that pretty much everybody else is, but I mean, fleshly one day at a time, all the way down to, single fathers, you know what I'm saying? Kids whose parents are incarcerated. I mean, like the movement it's about getting the information to those that need it. And nobody markets your product or service in a manner that, you know what I mean? Who calls you up and says, "Hey, I want to promote your front, your movement. I want to promote it. I want to amplify your voice so that these people over here who have no idea who the hell you are can get some information or find out who you are, and then go to this page where the resources are available, direct links to your fronts, to your movements. You know what I mean? And then get that information. You know what I mean? Whether it be via group, page, I don't care if it's a sober living house. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like Tug said, fill in the cracks. This fills in cracks. This fills in cracks. You know what I'm saying? And I see that he sees it. I see that a lot of them they see it, and it is just the way that I'm explaining it. I'm also very busy because I'm doing this on different fronts. I mean, to be 100% honest, I've been doing this really for over a decade. I've created groups and I've let them go. You know what I mean? Now I'm taking them back over and whatnot because some people are leaving because you're getting flooded with spam content you don't really care to see and what have you, which I understand. But the whole part of the networking part on the marketing aspect of it is if I have all these pages, right? We'll call it a TV show. We'll call it the I Know Guy Network, let's say, right? And I have all these pages and stuff. And I'm flooding these pages because I'm able to cross post, put this people with this group with that group, and you give them the option to post their stuff on these pages, and they all flood to one group. And the people in that group, then that means I'm constantly in your feed. And if I'm constantly in the feed with nothing but positive, good, you know what I mean? Like, A, that's a bomb ass form of mentorship. You know what I'm saying? Two, you're basically narrowing down the demographic, your key demographic for your products and or services, if you're in it on the on the business aspect of things, as well as give the people the information that they need. So what I'm going to do is you know I'm with my phone's ringing with everything that we got going on in the front of me being a recovering addict trying to fill in the gaps with the lack of information that I had, you know what I'm saying? Because IDH or jail, you know what I mean? That's not cool. Like, you got Caddy House and Brown, never even heard of it. Who did I talk to? Jason Stewart worked for him. Sterling Soberlin, never heard of him. Keys of Serenity, never heard of him. Hell, I knew of Akron Say No to Dope just because it was Akron Say No to Dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard of it, but I didn't know Tug did all that. You know what I mean? Like, and hat off to you, dude. And the same like in Bible church, like the art program. I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like I knew it was the Knights, I knew there was a motorcycle ministry, but I thought these dudes just went around and preached the word of God. I didn't know they were heavily active. I mean, I suspected. I'm not going to say like I didn't. I was oblivious, but you know what I mean? Because I live in the city. This is my home. You know what I mean? So granted, but at the same time, nobody's recognizing them with their selfish ways. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Everybody's selfish, and if you give something away, you're gonna do nothing but get their attention. And once you get their attention, dude, you can push your content down their throat, and maybe something that we push down their throat will get into their head. It's that simple. It's that simple, and that's what we're doing. We're creating a network to be able to do this. Um, the whole nonprofit part of it is that we're trying to work on is since my cousin and whatnot has been doing his thing, he's also developed his own comps program with the help of some other guys and what have you, and it's awesome. Like, we go in a house 15 minutes, and I mean we get accurate numbers. I mean that's what we're going to be known for a fact, for a fact. Like when we present the home, you have, I mean, you're coming under budget. If you come on, you know what I mean? Like this is what's going to run you, period. You know what I mean? Like, so it's solid business promote presentation that or business opportunity when we present something to somebody. I mean, it's thorough. It's thorough, and I commend him for that. And that's his goal. That's what he wants to do. And and me, I want to help other people, and I can sell anything. I've been doing. I mean, that's what I do. And it's all about the marketing and the networking, man. And so the nonprofit part is gonna, our boots on the ground is we want to basically go in here and find places that do the sober living, great deals that are feasible, real raw, you know what I mean, and raise funds, get the house. I mean, the whole how the deals go and whatnot. I'm not 100% sure on that. I mean, but that's the mission. We just want to, you know what I mean, like my cousin and Tug, they're working out those details. Uh, and we're presenting them to everybody. We're not stopping, you know what I'm saying? Whether or not it is we get them and donate them or we get them and put guys in them ourselves. I don't know that yet. I mean, that's the mission, the front. We want to work with everybody. Uh, I mean, that is what it is. And this, I know, because I know me, will keep me sober, period. I mean, that's what it is, right? If I have purpose and drive, you know what I mean? If I feel appreciated, if I don't feel like the piece of shit that inside my head I constantly tell myself that I am, with people positively reaffirming me, I mean, call that sucker shit if you want. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, that's for me in my head. You know what I'm saying? If I know that, if I said to you, you're proud to know me, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that I'm this smart ass dude that can do nothing but provide a positive outlet and not, live inside my flesh and get wild with it like I do. But you know what I mean? Man, at the end of the day, man, for me, I spent pretty much my whole life, in my opinion, fighting everybody else's battles. Never mind. And that didn't do nothing but ruin me, right? Ruin me. So instead of leaving this planet with my kids thinking that, pardon my language, nothing but a fuck up, And that's what I'm gonna do. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a beast, and I will mow you down if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna position myself with the people that see the mission, see the front, and know that I ain't playing, and I'm gonna give back what I've taken, with or without them. Period. So that's the front. That's the mission. That's the goal. I'm gonna start doing tutorials. I'm gonna start doing a little bit of my bad guys. Some tutorials to kind of show people how the information works. If you're somebody who just lands on the page, and you know what I mean, kind of give an idea of benefits for those that might not be hip. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are pretty much social media savvy. You know what I'm saying? Facebook keeps coming out with more and more, and they're just linking up with Amazon, so it's about to get real nuts. You know what I'm saying? So with that, man, I'm gonna let y'all have at it. I don't even know how long I've been on this thing, but 21 minutes, damn. Anyway, that's the mission. That's the plan. Stay tuned for tutorials. I'll have them up. Give everybody an idea so I can push it. It'll help me promote it, push it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mission. That, and make sure you check it out. First fundraiser coming up. You'll find out who the best tech kids in the city. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Like.